This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Zinger travel trailer, model number 299RE. Okay, and this is not a floor plan video, it's more of a how-to video, so I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, first of all, you have power stabilizers. One switch controls both rear, the other one controls both front. You have an outside kitchen with a cooktop. You just have to remember that it has to be connected to the gas, so you have this quick connect here. You can see there's the male fitting, and it plugs into this female right here. Okay, so keep that in mind, that you have to plug it in to use it. You have a refrigerator, of course. You have a power awning with LED strip. Outside speakers. That is a vent for your range hood. There's a little baffle up there with latches on it, so if you want to vent to the outside using the fan and the range hood, then you're just going to have to reach up there and flip open the latches so the baffle there flaps freely. Alright, so you have a TV signal out plus some power right here. You have a fill for your fresh water tank. The fresh water tank's used if you don't have city water at hookups at where you're camping. So if you go somewhere that doesn't have city water hookups, you can pre-fill the fresh water tank and then use the onboard pump to pump the water. So I'll show you the switch for the pump when we get inside. But if you do it, if you pre-fill it, all the plumbing will work just like you've got city water. Now this is a black tank flush here. Basically, the black tank, after you flush it, which is toilet water and waste, after you flush it, after you dump it, you leave the valve open like it states on this sticker here. Leave the valve open, put the hose to the dump station on there, and then just turn it on and spray out the tank, clean off the sensors, that sort of thing. Alright. Of course, there's a switch for your front stabilizers. You have cranks in there. The small crank, I know you can't see it that well from here, but there's a small crank that's used to, this is your power tongue jack here. If it ever fails, you can pull the plug on this and put that crank on there and crank it manually to get yourself out of trouble. So it's just an emergency feature, but they do give you a way to get around it. So this has two LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. Deep cycle marine battery, and of course this is a kill switch for the battery here, so you can turn it on and off right there. Okay, this is your pass through from the other side. That's a dump hose there. That's a little reducer for your short cord, and there we go. This is the small crank I told you about right here. You use that for the power tongue jack if it happens to fail. Okay, dump valves here. This is where your power cord hooks up right here. It's got a 50 amp cord. Okay, this is cable satellite and cable and satellite through to the inside of the trailer. You can see you got a housing up there, meaning this is prepped or pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera if you wanted to add that sometime. You have an outside shower here. This is your city water hookup right here, the most common way to get water to the trailer. And this is your hot water heater. So this works out either gas or electric. The switches are inside the trailer. I'll show you where they are. Never run this without water in it. Okay. Right now the valves are in camping mode and it's filled with water. But always remember, never run it unless you got water in it. This is where you drain it right here. Takes an 1 1/16 6-point socket. Okay. Never, if the water's hot in there, never try and dump it when it's hot, because it'll be under pressure and you could get scalded, so make sure it's cool if you're ever going to dump it. Okay? Okay. While we're looking up manufacturer states every 60 days or so, you should inspect the roof, so make sure you have somebody look at it a few times a summer, and make sure there's no crack interseparation at any of the sealant. Make sure there's no damage to it by, you know, any of the components up there by road debris or low branches. You just looking after your investment, making sure everything is in good shape. So make sure you do that. That should be part of your regular maintenance. Okay. Control panel. Your slide room is right here. Your power awning is right here. Let me see what we've got here. Do we have room for that? Yes. So your power awning works just like that. Never leave it out unattended. If you're not going to be at the campsite, you want to roll it in. Your water pump is right here. Remember I told you to use that to pump fresh water out of the water tank if you don't have city water. You also use that to winterize the trailer. Light your gas, your water heater on gas is there. Turn on the electric heating element right here. Never run the water heater without water in the tank. And of course all your levels are here. Okay. Keys. You can turn this into a bed by dropping the tabletop down onto these cleats here and fill it in the space with the back cushions, so you got another sleeping area. Got 2 theater seats here. This device down here is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is, glowing green. If not, get it serviced. Excuse me. This is the power converter. This converts AC to DC power. So here you've got regular circuit breakers like you'd see at home. They're 110 AC and they're all labeled here. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC. Here you got 12 volt fuses and they're all labeled, right? This is also a battery tender, so as long as you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your battery up front has, the one on the tongue, and it'll keep it charged. So it's also a battery charger. Of course, when you're pulling down the road, your tow vehicle charges the battery, and then when you're plugged into shore power, this power converter will charge the battery. All right. Your range hood is right here. Remember I showed you the baffle on the outside, so if you're running the fan, you always want to open that baffle. Your microwave works like any other microwave. Your cooktop, it works like most cooktops in an RV. You have 3 knobs and 3 burners here, and then of course this is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it, and that one's the oven knob. It goes like so. It's that simple. To light the pilot light, just remember there's a pilot light all the way at the bottom to the back, and so you're going to go to the oven knob, to the picture of the pilot. Then you depress it. Keep it depressed the whole time when you're lighting it, and you light it till the pilot light lights here. Once you see it light, you're still going to hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, and then put it to whatever temperature you want. The thing is, when you shut it off, the pilot light goes out, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay. Always travel with this shut, this top shut. Your refrigerator is a 12 volt DC compressor refrigerator. So you have on and off here, you have your temperature set here, plus and minus, and then 3 different power modes. So that's the nighttime mode, where you can turn it on at night. You can turn it on the nighttime mode, for example, and it loses yet less energy. Okay. TV and your sound bar. The sound bar itself, these are remotes for these too. Let me look around to see where he's got them, just to make sure they're here. No, they're sitting out right here. So the large remote is for the TV. This middle-sized remote is for the sound bar, and then the small one is for the fireplace. Fireplace is real simple. It's a space heater. It has a fan in it, a timer. You can change the look of the fire and all that. It's cool, and it's a good space heater. When it comes to your sound bar, it plays FM radio. You can use the Bluetooth function and stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. It has a USB drive right there, so you could, you know, take all your albums with you on one stick, for example. And it has two different speaker zones, A and B. A is inside the trailer, B is the outside of the trailer, so it does a lot. The TV is regular TV. It's a chiller here, of course. Your escape window is right here. It works like this. You push it all the way through, then you would grab hold of the red tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape in an emergency. Okay. Alright, well, you always want to make sure this is unlatched, your secret compartment here. You kind of lift up on it and pull it out at the same time. Okay. And let's see if he's got light here. Okay, so you have a lot of storage in here, of course. He's got this loose because he's showing us that right now the water heater is in camping mode, but these are the bypass valves, just so you know where you're going to, when it comes to bypassing the water heater, this is where you do it. That's the back of the tank there. Right now it's in camping mode. Okay. Okay. So, let's see what else we have here. Bathroom, typical RV bathroom. The toilet always sits right over a black tank, so all you have to remember is you can't use it dry. So, by dry I'm talking about the black tank that sits directly below it. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, then you'll dump one dose of chemical in the bowl. There's a flush pedal right here. You'll stand on it. Stand on it long enough to wash at least a gallon of water down to the black tank along with the chemical. Then you're ready to use it. You can't use it dry, meaning without water and chemical. If you do that, the smell will be terrible, plus it can get clogged up. So you always want to make sure that you have chemical and water in it before you start using it. You have a fan and a vent cover up here. This plug here is a GFCI. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through a GFCI, so keep that in mind. There's another escape window. You can lift up the foot of your bed and there's storage underneath. You have a nice size closet here and a second air conditioner. This is a 50 amp system, so it has two air conditionings. This one has the controls right on it. Okay. This there's your TV hookup. So always remember that you need these little green LEDs should be on. You can shut them off like that, but you won't get a good picture. That's a digital booster for the antenna, so you always want those on when you're using the antenna. This closet is also prepped, pre-plumbed and wired for a washer dryer, stackable washer dryer or a combo. All right. And I mentioned thermostat here. Let me look up here somewhere. There's a, oh, here it is. So this is the other thermostat. You just hit the mode button to light it up. You keep poking it and you go through all the options. That would be for the LP furnace and for the rear air conditioner here, okay? All right. One thing to know, this is telling us this is pre-wired for a, it has 4G, but people generally don't use that function. They would use this if they were to get the add-on kit to improve their public Wi-Fi. You just get much better. It's got a signal booster and a router. So basically, there's another port on the roof where an antenna would go, and then the router box, which is maybe a 10 inches square or so, which sits right here. And so you just have better Wi-Fi. You have a built-in router and you have a signal boosting antenna. So if you need good Wi-Fi, that's the way to go. Okay, that's another option, just like the backup camera would be. Okay. Alrighty. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof. That's very important. Also, you want to basically right now this is winterized. So I think he's moving me right now. So it's winterized, so or no, I'm sorry, it's de-winterized, so the antifreeze has been purged from the system. It's been replaced by fresh water, and the water heater is in camping mode right now, so it's ready to go. Never run the water heater without water in it, okay? Thank you.